Okay, this is an Umbrian dish. It's tortellini and broth. Tortellini and brodo, which is brodo is broth. And it's quick, easy, tasty. Okay, today I'm going to try my hand at something that we had at Christmas dinner the other night. It's a tortellini and broth. Very simple. Now, my broth isn't going to be as good as my buddies there, but I'm not sure the tortellini is even as good, but I think this is pretty good tortellini. So I'm starting off here with just a vegetable mixture, an onion, 4 sticks of celery, 1 big carrot, and they're just going to boil here until it feels like it's got a good taste to it. Then I'll put in a little bit of this beef stock here, or beef bouillon, just to give it a little salt and some other spices in there. And that's going to be my broth. And then I think I'm going to take the vegetables out of here and cook the tortellini in the broth. And that's going to be the soup. Nothing could be simpler, could it? Okay, so we've been boiling along here for only 20 minutes or so. And it's really started to smell good not too long ago. And it's just the carrots, celery, and the onion. There's no salt, no pepper, nothing else in here. And the broth is starting to change color a little bit. It's getting a little greenish yellow tint to it. So, yeah, just leave well enough alone. Looks like the onion's starting to pop apart a little bit there. Okay, good. Okay, this has been simmering away here for a good hour. Smells great. I kind of forgot I wanted to throw in a clove of garlic here too. So I'll just give that another hour. And out come the vegetables and goes the tortellini. Yeah, I think I'm going to slice up a couple hard-boiled eggs to put on top of this tortellini when it's ready to go. For no good reason other than I like hard-boiled eggs. Okay, so checking on my vegetable stock here. It's been cooking 2.5 hours now? It smells great. So, yeah, all these vegetables are going to go into compost. Their flavor is all I'm looking for in this stock. So, it might seem like a waste, but not really, because they're going into compost. So, okay, so the vegetables have been taken out of here, and that's my broth, and I'm going to add back to it a little bit. I did taste it, and it tastes, okay, a little bit bland. So I think a little bit of this bouillon, put about a teaspoon of it in, which I don't think is too much for that amount of broth. And I'll taste this again here in a minute. Okay, it didn't really quite bring it to where it needs to be. It's okay, but it's just not that great. It's good, but not whatever. I probably could have just used a broth like this, but I decided to play with the vegetables a bit. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead with it. It's good enough to eat. Yeah, at the risk of messing this up, I'm bringing this back to a boil to put the tortellini in to cook, but I'm going to put in one of these little tubs of vegetable concentrated bouillon, and see if I can make that broth a little bit better. That's definitely the weak point. So there's that little broth gizmo in there. It will just dissolve. And as soon as it's dissolved in, we'll taste it and see what we got. Okay, yep, that did it. That little tub of bouillon really brought the taste where it ought to be. It did add some salt to it, I think. God knows what to put in those, but they're good. So it's boiling now, so it's time to put in the tortellini and start a timer. And 6 to 8 minutes, we will have it. Let's let that come to a boil again. Yeah, that's it. It just gets poured out into a bowl. That is tortellini and broth. It is a traditional Umbrian thing. And my guess is everybody's got their own preferences for the broths, but I'm going to ask about that and see what the consensus is up here. Okay, so the tortellini's cooking away here. We've got about 5 minutes on it. They say 6 to 8 minutes on this particular tortellini. And see how it is. The test tortellini. That's good. All right. I pulled it out of the fire there with the broth. That bouillon saved it. It's nice. Okay. Okay. So when the tortellini is done, as you're cooking it, it's cooking in the broth. I don't know if that's the official way to do it, but it seemed to make sense to me, because this is it soaks up that broth then and just makes the tortellini really nice. The broth becomes the sauce. It's kind of light. So it's one of these big old noodly super comfort food dishes. And normally what they do is pour a little bit of leftover broth around on here to serve it. I'm going to put an egg on it because I like hard-boiled eggs. So